Now, since October 7th, Israel's military has routinely made claims about the conflict and later retracted them. Information provided as evidence has been proven false or wrong on multiple occasions. Osama bin Javed explains.
The US president is asked, where is the evidence to support Israel's claim Hamas is operating from hospitals in Gaza? He said,
"This is a grab bag."
Hours after the raid on al-Shifa hospital, Israel's army deleted this video, but then reposted it without the words, "undeniable truth." In the previous video, where the laptop isn't blurred, it appears to show the image of an Israeli soldier in uniform. Social media users are asking who placed that laptop there and where are the alleged Hamas buildings.
The red buildings, as I mentioned, are buildings that Hamas is using.
Doctors and medical staff have rejected claims made earlier by the Israeli army, with some describing them as fabricated propaganda. Since Wednesday, the Israeli army has yet to show any proof of a Hamas command and control center that it's repeatedly used to justify its attacks on al-Shifa hospital.
They can pump out propaganda, quasi-evidence, that doesn't qualify as full-fledged evidence, and Western media outlets, Western audiences and governments will just take that as the truth.
It's a baby bottle in a basement.
Other purported evidence has also been dismissed at other hospitals.
Where every terrorist writes his name.
But they aren't, as the writing showed the names of days in Arabic, not those of people.
You can see the tunnel.
And what the Israeli army described as a tunnel was reported by Palestinians to be an elevator shaft. This hatch Israel claimed was the entrance to a Hamas tunnel turns out to be that of a water reservoir at the hospital. And Al Jazeera has found this video showing the construction of the reservoir.
Their track record began on October 7th with the inflated numbers that were killed, which were disproven, and then second, things like people being raped and babies being beheaded. All of the photos they produced suggesting those things were untrue. But again, I think that it's tied to the idea that in the West, people are conditioned to believe that the Israelis are one of them. They see themselves in the Israelis. So even though the propaganda is really thin and the evidence sometimes non-existent, we're still conditioned to want to believe the Israelis because we see ourselves in them.
While US officials were saying
it shouldn't be about an IDF reoccupation of Gaza as a long-term governance solution.
Israeli soldiers raised flags at the occupied beach in Gaza. Analysts believe the Israeli military's misinformation and propaganda is to help its aims to psychologically put pressure on people speaking in support of Palestinians in Gaza, and to project Israel's objectives. It's also to hide the realities of its killings and devastation in Gaza.